Hello, this is Scott, and in this edition of Chess Strategy, we will take a look at a personal favorite of mine, Mr. Fischer. When this game was played in 1957, Fischer was only 13, and yet after a mind-blowing combination involving a brilliant sacrifice of the queen, many labeled this game as the game of the century. In this game, Fischer shows us his ability to calculate, but who knew the heights he would eventually reach later in his career. We pick up this game at a crucial junction where black to play has to decide what to do. So, Fischer is playing black here. And the problem is his knight is attacked, and his queen is also attacked. So he has to decide what to do. It takes guts to give up your queen, and if you're going to give up your queen, you have to make sure that you're getting the proper compensation for your queen, since it is the most powerful piece. So Fischer has to decide what move to make. Like always, you can pause the video and see if you can spot the move and gauge the position and see where black can go from here. Alright, black actually chose bishop e6. And he's going to let his queen be taken here. Willingly be taken. And in the game, white accepts the sacrifice, basically telling Fischer to prove the sacrifice. Prove your compensation. Instead, after bishop e6, white could have played queen takes c3. However, after queen takes c5, the bishop is pinning the queen, or the pawn is pinned to the queen by the bishop. Another possibility after bishop e6 would be bishop takes e6. However, after queen b5, checking, we have king g1, knight to e2, check, king f1, knight g3 check, king g1, and a beautiful queen sacrifice, queen f1 check, rook takes f1, knight to e2, checkmate, smothered mate, the best kind. White wanted to avoid the smothered mate, nobody wants to get smothered, and white also wanted to avoid any other continuation. He decided to be materialistic and take the queen. Let's see how it turns out for him. Now black followed up, bishop takes c4 check, and now after king g1, knight e2 check, there's a little perpetual sort of, if you can call it like a slingshot check. I don't know what you'd call it, but there's a constant barrage of checks that black can throw, and white really just has to sit there and take it and weather the storm. And so after king f1, knight takes d4, check, grabbing the pawn, king g1, knight e2, check, king f1, knight c3, hitting the rook and checking, ready to grab more material here. After king g1, black has to decide what he's going to do. And so if you want to pause the video and see where black can go from here, you're more than welcome to. Okay, black's move. Fischer took on b6, grabbing the bishop, gaining back his material, and at the same time hitting this queen. So the queen has to move. And after queen b4, rook a4, putting more pressure on the queen, and the queen is now running out of squares. Queen takes b6, and now knight takes d1, grabbing the rook. And if you just take in this position for a second, black gave up his queen. And what I said about the compensation, you got to have the proper compensation if you're going to give up your queen. And let's look at the compensation. Well, black has two very active rooks, two very active bishops, two connected pass pawns, a safe king, and a pesky knight. What does white have? White has the queen, sure. His king isn't safe, and his rook is trapped. Okay, and he's a pawn down. It seems to me that black has a winning position, and indeed, Fischer went on to win this game with his material advantage and his active pieces, and it's just an impressive sacrifice, and it goes to show you, pay attention when your queen is attacked. Maybe you can give up your queen, but make sure you're going to get the proper compensation for your queen. Very excellent play by Fischer, and it rightfully so considered the game of the century at only 13, making those type of gutsy plays, giving up your queen. And that is all for now. I will be producing more chess strategy videos. Thank you for watching.